Our last lesson in Unit 8 is 8.9, Graphing Exponentials. So here's some background information about our exponential functions. Some key things being our base has to be greater than 1. Our domain includes all real numbers, so that means it will go from negative infinity to positive infinity. Our range is all non-zero real numbers. So that means it'll start from wherever your asymptote is. So we're going to have an asymptote on our y-axis or going horizontally. And for our basic b to the x function, it has an intercept of 0, 1. So taking a look. All of this vocabulary should be the same except for this. So you will want to add this one to your notes, and that is just our AHK version for our exponential function. So intercepts where it touches the x or y axis, domain left to right, range down to up, and behavior is the direction your graph's going on the y-axis, and your asymptote is the line the curve approaches but will never touch. So review, this time we're going to have horizontal asymptotes. So meaning lined up, or an asymptote that goes through our y-axis. So here is our first function that we want to graph. So Desmos is going to help us. We have y equals 2 to the x power. So our intercept is right here at 0, 1. So 0, 1. Our asymptote this time is going to come from that k value. In this case, since we don't have a k, we're not adding or subtracting anything here. It is y equals 0. So it's a horizontal line like that. So our line is going to get very close, but never touch, and then it's going to grow up exponentially. So our domain will, with an exponential, will always be from negative infinity to positive infinity. However, our range, the lowest it will go is that asymptote. So 0 with a parenthesis because it's not touching it, then it's going up to positive infinity. So as x approaches negative infinity, so negative infinity, f of x, our y, approaches 0. As x approaches positive infinity, our y approaches positive infinity. Next example, we have f of x equals 2x minus 2. So using Desmos to help us out. And sorry, that's 2 to the x minus 2 power. So I'm going to put parentheses so that I include that minus 2 in there. And now our intercept changes to 0, 0.25. So 0, 0.25. So not quite 1. Our asymptote, we're still not adding or subtracting anything here, so we don't have that k value. So our asymptote is still at y equals 0. So I'm going to have that dashed line there for my asymptote. And we're going to get very close to it, but not touch it. And then we're going to go up. So our domain, because this is exponential, we're still going negative infinity to positive. So we go left all the way, and we'll go right all the way. Our range, we only go as low as our asymptote, 0, but we never touch it, so it's a parenthesis. And we're going up for forever, so positive infinity. So as x approaches negative infinity, f of x or y approaches 0. As x approaches positive infinity, f of x approaches positive infinity. Right, one last one. We have 2 to the x minus 3. So adjust our function a little bit. 2 to the x and then minus 3. Notice now this function shifts down because that minus 3. So our intercept is at negative 2. 0, negative 2. Our asymptote we get from here. Y equals negative 3. So we're going to have that asymptote there. We'll get really close to it, but ideally never touch it. And then we'll go up. So domain, still negative infinity to positive infinity. And our range this time is negative 3 to positive infinity. So as x approaches negative infinity, y approaches negative 3. As x approaches positive infinity, y approaches positive infinity. Now that is graphing exponentials.